Good afternoon, Josh UTV followers. Here's the Bimini on the red boat. We still just got it in straps. I'm fixing to cut hardware on it now. And I was going to move this hardware because I've got an awkward angle going up and I want it back here, but these are through bolted. Somebody fiberglassed a piece of metal, drilled and tapped a piece of metal, fiberglassed it to the inside and drove those all the way through. Those are tight. You could almost pick the boat up by those. Same thing on the other side. There's a piece of metal that's fiberglassed into the boat just for this, drilled and tapped for that piece of hardware. And again, it's a little bit of an awkward angle. I like to have them correct. It will be a little bit, but geez, I can't avoid that. That's beautiful. It certainly is not going to hurt the boat. I mean, I'm not worried about screws ripping out. So that's where we are with the Bimini. I got to finish up the hardware, get the straps and the mounts in the front, and then he's going to be here tomorrow to take the boat out for the weekend. And then he'll bring it back on Monday to get the cover. Because I have plenty to do on the weekend. He can go out and enjoy his boat. And I told him to go out and try and break it. So we'll see how good he does. Thanks for following. All right, Josh UTV followers, end of the day. The red boat's done. The next then's a Chaparral. Looking for a Bimini that he can't tear off. Another one of these. Is it a twin?
Yep, it's a twin.
So one engine's not fast enough. They got to put in two. But we'll start on that tomorrow. We did a little project here. Homemade frame for to go under their tower. And their canvas shredded, so I made them a new one. Right now we're gonna head on out, grab my keys. We're gonna head on out and grab the ambulance and get it put away for the day. Half a day tomorrow. And then we got some chores around the house we gotta do. There's lovely American Pacific Avenue. And down here at the intersection, that is Gibson Road. Right here in lovely Henderson, Nevada. Whoo, that's hot. Holy cow. It's a little warm today. It's a 108. Whew, goodness, that's hot. All right, well, we'll see you inside. Ooh-wee, it's hot. Oh, that ought to do. That'll get it in the door anyway. Power kill. Whew. Yeah, it's probably 110 out. Whew. Yeah, we might want to let that cool off and air out in there a little. That's hot. All right, we're gonna go up and hit that time clock and call it a day. Thank you all so much for following along. Well, good morning, barely morning, Josh UTV followers. Here with the Chaparral. And there is my solution to try and keep it on the boat. I think the mistake they made was they were trying to come off the side of the tower for a brace, and it was pushing on the wrong angle, and it was that and they used these stupid PEM nuts. It's called a PEM nut, or a permanent nut, and it's supposed to squash into the hole and then it flattens out on the back side, supposedly. But of the 8 of them that they used for the forward bimini, 6 of them are loose. So they don't quite work because this is an aluminum tower, and so it doesn't. It's pretty soft. You can't take it out on the water and bounce it around and expect those PEM nuts not to come loose. That's why we threw bolt, because we tried rivets too, and rivets will come loose. These boats are just too fast. So we threw bolt everything. I have to get up there and snap those off. Those are a little long, I think. But I'll do the old pop top theory. I'll just start bending on it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It'll cleanly break right off at the nut, and then we'll drag a file across it to take care of any burr. But there it is. The canvas was 6 feet just to clear this back edge, but from here to the front is only about 5. So, but that's what he wanted. We were going to go a little farther forward, but he only wanted to the top of the window and the same height as the tower. So I just barely banged my head on the tower, and I just barely banged my head on the new support. And then this one here is bepuzzling because the rear is going to be a separate piece, but it's only going to go to here. It's not going any farther back than that. So what's the bother? I don't get, but hey, that's what he wants. That's what we're going to put on there. So be following this project. Oh, and the red boat comes back Monday. He came and got it because he's going to the lake. He had his family in the truck and everything. He had cooler and the dog, and he was headed to the lake. So that's where the red boat is, but it'll be back on Monday. So we tried to get a head start on the chaparral so I can have him done and out of here by, oh, say Tuesday. And I did try and put an hour at cleaning the shop. It's just, it gets so out of hand. I spent an hour, you can't really tell. Mostly over here on my benches, there's a lot of scraps and drops that I was collecting that I really didn't need to be, and I got to start working that stuff into the dumpster or we're going to get overrun. I mean, how many zipper scraps do I need? I got them in all 3 colors. But if it doesn't have a starter box, it's only good for so many projects. But it was trying to get everything all cleaned up and get my bench tops back, and so, but it's lunchtime and we're gonna call it a weekend. We got some chores to do at the house, getting ready for a short vacation over the Labor Day weekend. Well, thank you for following along.